That's my default face now.
And without fingers this time.
No, there's the after effects of Black Mirror.
People know already, when they come, what are they going to see? Okay, welcome, guys. And we are live and we are back with another show this time. And um, and again, we have our Bombay friend, Newman De Silva, who's showing our Black Mirror.
Today's
He's
theme.
trying to today's theme.
See, I'm going as per the original logo, so my screen is also cracked. Light it.
See, ये होता है ना. See how nicely this is not scripted. Smart, we're smart. Anyways, thank you for signing in or logging in, whatever you call this. And please like the stream, subscribe to the channel. And today we're going to discuss about Black Mirror, which released in April 2025, 7th season. Now, I think the show came up in 2011, if I'm not wrong. And I remember watching it then, but then we were not doing podcasts or something. We were all young and were, part of one of the famous dance institutes. We can't take the name.
Wow.
And, so why did we like Black Mirror? One, then why did Black Mirror become a thing? All yours, buddy.
I think conceptually when they came out with the first season, like it was like, oh, this could be us in the future. Like when it first came out, right? When you first see when you watch the first season ka first few episodes, you're like, अरे ये तो हो सकता है, हमारे साथ हो सकता है. And now you're like, अरे ये सब हो रहा है. Like, almost everything is already happening. Like some of the stuff is like, and also I feel like conceptually some of the stuff that they probably just put out in the first few seasons is a reality now. Like those animatronic animals and stuff like, bro, wo to ho gaya hai, those dogs and all. I feel like it's like art imitates life, imitates art. Like it's a weird circle so that the show is representing that something that is a reality that then becomes a show, and then that represents another alternate reality. So ऐसा मेरे को बहुत trippy लगता है that the creators of the show tapped into something where you're like, yes, bro, this is me. Or like you could find yourself in very similar situations with certain episodes, like influencer culture also. Like there's one episode that highlights in a way highlights influencer culture. And just it's insane, dude. It's insane that they tapped into something that is so relatable or that could easily become our future very soon in based on which episode you're watching. So yeah.
I think one of the main things, as you said, what worked for the show is its relevance.
Yeah.
And it's future thinking where many for example, why this right now also, the current season which we're going to talk, even in 2025, if the show is relevant and people are looking forward to it, especially this season, there are a lot of things which are relevant, like for deep fake videos, the AI, and subscription models, एक ले लिया तो और चाहिए तो और upgrade लो और upgrade.
It's like, so update +1 or update +2, but if you take this you get 5 things more. Like, dude, that shit is tapping into something that is very much current.
So I think that's one of the key where anything right now will work if it's relevant. So somehow they from 2011 now it's 2025. That's literally 14 years, and the show is relevant. So straight away for me personally, it was more. I personally liked it because the way tech was involved. And the way drama was amalgamated, like every show there was this end mein ek twist, beach mein ek twist,
or something that you see coming.
Correct, and it's scary, right? If technology is going to go so forward, which is already going,
there.
Yeah. So how, like we are going to talk about a few episodes today, but it's still scary for me. There is no black or white anymore.
There's only Black Mirror. I had to. It's like that was a setup for me. This is the punchline. Go.
So you prepped for it. Good.
Has prepping.
So let's dive into the whole season. So let's see. I personally feel the season was okay. So I don't want to waste time on talking about every episode and
Yeah.
make this a boring thing. Let's keep it very short. Like, I want you to tell me which was your favorite episode, and
Yes.
then we'll get into that. Then vice versa.
Yeah.
So, which was yours?
Mine was Eulogy, hands down. Hands down. I mean, the concept of the episode was nice because it kind of taps into nostalgia in a way. But it is also basically the base of Eulogy, like any good story is, it's a love story. Basically, it's a love story. This guy reminiscing about a partner that he was.
Okay, wait. Anyone who's watching this, there will be spoilers. Please, if you have not seen, please जाके देख लो यार एक बार. हाँ, देखने के बाद आओ इधर. हाँ, that's the whole idea. You know, you relate. Otherwise, you'll not relate. ठीक है? Okay, Human.
हाँ, अभी कन्नड़ा में बोल, वही सेम कन्नड़ा में बोल.
नहीं हिंदी में.
Please,
कन्नड़ा में नहीं बोल.
please. अरे यार. But I want to hear what it sounds like. Saying, just say spoil.
Kari Kannadi is Black Mirror.
Kari Kannadi. We'll get to that. So yeah, spoiler.
Kala क्या? Kala
Chashma.
Kala Chisha. Newman, we're going to abuse each other now. Channel ban ho jayega. Anyways, let's get in. So, why did you like Eulogy?
Eulogy was, it's at the base of it, it's a love story, right? And like, we are all suckers for nostalgia, man. Like, the whole point of him being able to go into moments in the past that at the surface, if you look at, when he looks at the pictures, they don't mean nothing. But then once he goes inside the picture and kind of it creates that whole space where the picture was clicked, man, in terms of a technology, dude, we need that. Like, just being able to put yourself in a space that you were in, say, 10, 15, 20, 30 years ago, in terms of a technology, amazing, right? But with that, there is also an AI kind of figure that kind of helps you reminisce that moment and kind of, break it down. So conceptually, love story, tapping into nostalgia as well. So excellent in terms of what it was covering. It's a great technology also that's highlighted in the show, which is also a recurring technology. Like, if you've been watching from season 1, the thing that he places on his head that allows him, that is a technology that has been consistently appearing on the show since the first season. So I like that it's all in the same world. If you think about it, it's all happening in the same world, right? That being said, more than anything, it's the performance of both the actors in that episode. Like, that is what adds the weight and really makes you like feel for the main protagonist. Like, oh my god, that his partner left him or usko aise hi chhod diya, and he was kind of going through shit his entire life, and obviously the end gives it away to something else altogether. But I thought conceptually it tapped into like ekdam basic stuff like that everybody will find relatable. Love, nostalgia, great technology, but all of it was powered through by a phenomenal, I would say, performance. It's highly performance driven. That episode
Correct.
really,
Like, this episode is also one of my liked episode of the show. Also, what I felt was, see, Black Mirror is always associated with the tech horror, right? By the name itself, it's a tech horror. I think now they are actually growing up into human emotions along with tech horror. So more than the technology and horror, yes, it adds that value of you going into the picture and living that moment, but you feel for the character. Suddenly and people like me, for example, I thrive on character driven shows or roles, and so like by the end of the show you feel for that man.
It's not showing you the bad side of technology. It's saying, oh, technology can, if used well, can also lead to a lot of good. Like, this is one of those few episodes where like, I'm ache.
So that's where I'm saying, na, ki, perception also. the whole perception battle, what he thought all through his life, and
Exactly.
what happened because of it, and eventually at the end, closure, where his everything else was happening some other way only, and somewhere in I feel why it connects with humans is because of this. This whole perception angle comes, no? Most of the times we would have thought something, और हमारे दिमाग में एक स्टोरी चल रहा है, and उसके हिसाब से एक डिसीजन होता है, उसके हिसाब से our life shapes up. Yeah. So talking about that, since you already mentioned, what did you think about the man, the legend, Paul Giamatti?
Paul Giamatti, dude, he's a थोड़ा veteran है वो. He's like Hollywood का Paresh Rawal. If you see, like he's been there. He's in like almost every big film and consistently playing great roles. So like when I saw him in the episode, I was like, oh, this is going to be interesting. And then I didn't know like what it was going to be about, right, when I started the episode. And really, he hit it out of the park. There's this whole theory, it's not related to the show, on like these supporting actors. I can't remember, but there's this one theory. It's a percentage theory about how much they bring to the table in big films and in films in general, and how their presence in a project automatically shapes the final outcome of the project. So he's one of those guys. So yeah, Hollywood Paresh Rawal, and his P. So that's a good tagline also, no? Hollywood's Paresh
Rawal. No, I completely agree. I feel this story would have fallen flat if it was not him.
Yeah.
Bhai, he literally takes it with him. I felt, and if I have to ask you, and I personally feel my favorite moment of the show is this.
Yeah. Where he hears her play the.
What is it?
Play the piece, na?
Cello, no?
Cello.
Which he actually would have stopped here to play. Which he realizes. The whole thing is by this moment, he just wants to remember her face. And this is that moment where he remembers her face, and look at that, like Paresh Rawal also wouldn't have pulled it off. I think we'll get. I think
maybe
India.
But this was a great. Also, it also highlights, like we can just. It highlights how selfish he was. He's like, oh, मैं मेरे साथ गलत हुआ है. I am the victim, which is common for all of us, right? In your story,
we all are like that, na?
Yeah, exactly. Like, so that also is a very good highlight.
But then,
तुम्हारा
आपका इंटरनेट आज ब्लैक मिरर जैसे हैंग हो रहा है तब से, but we'll work with this. But anyway, so my point is, which is the other moment, जिस moment पे so when did you get to know that it was his daughter? Did you think it was his daughter? Or did you think she's related?
No, I honestly, it is not something that came to mind initially. But then I think we were watching it with one of our friends only. I don't know if you were there that day. Were you there when we started watching this?
No.
So it was the day you left. So we started watching it together, and then one of our friends pointed out, I have a strong feeling that this could be his daughter. So then I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
You know which moment I felt? When the cello topic comes.
Yeah, where she says like, oh, you stopped her from playing or something like, yeah.
And she taught her kid to, and there was intensity. Then he asked also,
if you're an AI bot, why are you getting so emo? Like, chill out, lady.
Emo. I know.
Imagine AI bots with emotional intelligence. I mean, it could happen.
All in. Okay.
Sorry. My phone might be. My ring again.
तो abuse किया ना उसको Black Mirror.
I don't know who it is.
Anyways, now again, I really like the show. I really like the episode because finally last season was really bad of Black Mirror.
I don't even remember watching the last season.
Exactly.
Oh, I have watched it, but I don't remember anything specifically from it.
It was that bad. Now, I personally like this also, but I also liked another episode, which I can't pronounce. Can you do the honors?
Bête Noire.
Sorry?
Bête Noire.
Is it English or
No,
Spanish?
it's French, but I don't know what it means. It means black weapon or something like that.
Black Beast.
Sorry, Black
Yeah.
Beast.
To,
My focus is not as good. Black
always.
Beast. I have not seen that
So,
episode. You enlighten me.
no, I personally, why I like the show is it had food, which we all love, and somewhere they address about gaslighting,
Ooh,
and
nice.
gaslighting issue comes up there, and very nicely they have integrated tech horror again. The tech horror here is, if you can see, the what's her name, the Verici, who's wearing a lavender sweater, she's holding something.
Yeah.
So she controls parallel universe reality with that.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I've
So
seen this episode. My bad. I saw this episode. We
so
watched it together.
so मुझे ये ना बहुत Bollywood types fun episode लगा. There is drama, then there is twist, then there is jealousy, then there is. But the best moment for me was Barney's and versus Bernie's moment.
Oh yeah. That's that. It's a take on that concept, no? Mandela effect. It's something called the Mandela effect. That's what they've tapped into for Barney's and Bernie's. Also, by the way, apparently there are episodes that have aired, right? So there's Barney's and there's Bernie's, right? So on the show, she says that it's Bernie's, whereas everybody else is saying it's Barney's. There is a flip where there is another version where she says the flip of it. So there are two versions online apparently, where like the two different versions. So some people may see it as Bernie's and some people may see it as Barney's. Like they've interchanged it. That's what I read somewhere on Reddit or somewhere, that they've done like just to mess with your head.
So basically, this became a very big thing on Twitter also, Barney's versus Bernie's. So basically, she says Barney's, but then Verity says Bernie's, and she eventually makes virtual reality, parallel universe as also Bernie's. So that's where I like the whole idea of again the abuse or the mocking in childhood. When we are like all kids, like so many, we would have kept names, no? So we would have mocked so many, we would have kept so many. आपका इंटरनेट बहुत ही हैंग हो रहा है आज. Anyways, बीच में तो फ्रीज हो रहा है. Stop using other.
No, I've disconnected.
Now it's better. Anyways, so again, coming to the point, just because imagine मुझे कोई नाम पे बुलाता था, like I'll not tell the name because I'll become. Imagine I think उसके वजह से trauma हो गया मुझे, and I'll grow up and I create a system to take revenge. So personally, it shows also it also brings out villain in both of them. Like eventually both are problematic. दोनों का चल रहा है कि that twist also I liked in the show where it's revealed till the end they show her friend was the one who spread this milkmaid.
When it's actually like it was not the friend. I mean, it was the friend, but it was the root of it was this one only, and she's always trying to वही ना कि उसके स्टोरी में वही हीरो है. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया.
Correct.
I didn't do anything. I was just there. She was trying to play.
That twist was very nice. And even the way button and changing reality and how it working. That was but again, I feel just like Eulogy में जैसे drama was there, you connected to the emotions and all. इसमें नहीं होता है. You don't feel bad for Verity.
No, you don't.
I don't fall bad. Maybe I'm some.
No, but also what happens is Verity is the friend, right? The white lady, right?
Correct.
The episode is kind of shown from the POV of the other person, where she looks like the victim. That's not the case, but you are kind of rooting for her initially, at least initially or throughout, because it is shown from her POV, where she is the victim. Whereas opposed to a flip side would be like if you see it through Verity's POV, that would be a completely different episode only. So it is like it's all about, again, perception, right? The way it is shown to you is कि यार इसके साथ बुरा हो रहा है, she's losing her job, she's losing her mind, when the reality is कि भाई she has made somebody's life miserable, that has ruined their entire life, but she is not owning up to it. Obviously she won't, because it's something really bad that she's done. So it's interesting, the POV that they've shown it from. I found that very interesting, that it allows you to sympathize with the person who actually did the bad thing.
Correct. And also somewhere they've kind of showed that two wrongs don't make it one, right? Like Verity goes into this zone of taking revenge. मुझे लगता है closure is overrated.
It is, bro. It is.
Like we have spoken about it so much. I feel in this also, it eventually gets to her only. Like she gets killed, no? Right. So my point is, because she runs behind that closure, which you're never going to get.
That's the end of
it. Very nicely they have put it across. Again, I like the font. I like the sound of every Monday, Tuesday. I didn't understand why they were putting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. However, this puts me to come to this part where, what did you think of the last episode, which is also a sequel of the previous one, which is also called USS Callister Crew, whatever. Now it's reached the Infinity War. I think it's 90 minutes.
Yeah,
did it live up to the hype?
Yeah, I thought it. I think they really continued the. Like I was wondering where it would go, right, from the previous episode. In terms of continuity, they really kind of took it forward really well, and it's like everybody playing their parts. Like my favorite is the boss, dude. That guy, the character is like, it's so, you want to dislike him, and you do dislike him because of how he is placed. And that episode is also very interesting, that of how they are surviving in the game, right? They're in the game. It's like there's no end, which is why the whole infinity, right? There is no end. It's such a meaningless existence, man.
See, so that also brings to the typical Black Mirrors. See, I felt that episode had everything. You know, it had drama, it had the twist, it had the tech, it had what Black Mirror is all about. I think it's not 90 minutes, it's 75 minutes. Like the ending was so good.
Coming, and it's so trippy. It's like, oh, bro, this is her life now. That's like, you're like, what?
पहले तो मुझे लगा कि ये लोग मर गए और वो बच गए, because that guy asked her ना कि ये चाहिए या ये चाहिए. That in that scene I felt भाई ये redeem करने वाला है अपने आप को, because he was an ass or whatever, he was a bad guy in the previous run. तो मुझे लगा कि ये अच्छा काम करके इसको इमेज मेकओवर देने वाले हैं डिफरेंट वर्ल्ड में. भाई देन उस बोलता है मैं कॉपी करेगा, कट पेस्ट नहीं करेगा.
He was being selfish. His character and Verity would do very well together if you think about it.
Oh, they look good also together. They look like brother sister actually, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe a good incest story.
Todd. That's Todd, no, from Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
That's Todd.
मैं सोच रहा था कहीं तो देखा है.
Dude, Todd from Breaking Bad.
So that's why the many people I saw also commenting on Walton's sacrifice. You know, a lot of people were, very emotional, saying, "Oh, Walton is going," and this and that. And I that's why I said, because it had Tron elements, space fight. Then even Matrix, that blue pill.
It also has one of the main points of reference is Star Trek. That's one of the main, which is
correct.
When you see it, that's one of the main. I think
the costume and vibe is like that.
Yeah, the vibe references of the spaceship and all is all Star Trek.
Perfect. Now let's speak about what didn't work for you. Which is the worst episode you felt in this? In the seven. What? How many episodes were there? 6,
7,
5.
In this season?
Yeah.
This season had 7 or 8. Worst episode. I've not seen all, man. I've not seen. There's
among whatever you have seen.
Among what I've seen, I thought that Common People was decent. I would say the Plaything, the QR code wala. But the guy with the long hair gets captured.
Oh, yeah.
I liked it, but I wanted something more from it.
Yeah. I felt it was like a short film.
I mean,
5 minutes का था.
it was nice. It was a fun episode and like conceptually great. It could happen again. Something that could just make all the systems crash, right? That's something very realistic that can happen. Uh, but like again, not a bad episode. Just not my favorite episode.
Yeah, like I
In
think if you
this,
miss it also, you will not miss anything.
yeah.
And I felt the actor was really good. He was wasted again in that.
I have a
The
feeling now
old man.
that actor is actually a singer. Can you look up who it is? Can you look up who it is? Actor in Plaything. Wait, let me check.
Plaything. For me, that episode was like a skip episode.
Yeah.
The episode I didn't like much, or was that third one, man? That Hotel Reverie, or whatever.
Oh yeah, I haven't even. I think one of our friends told us it's bad, so I just didn't even bother.
It was so tough for me to sit through कि मैं सोच रहा हूँ कुछ होने वाला है, कुछ होने वाला है,
कुछ नहीं हुआ.
अरे, whatever happened, it was very lame, very bad, very. I don't know why. Like, it just didn't work for me. Just didn't work for me.
I will still watch it. I think at some point I will. But yeah.
Yeah. See, again, the tech is very nice. Basically, पुराने मूवी के अंदर जाके तुम recreate करो अभी के कैरेक्टर के साथ. Like if Newman has to act in मुगले आजम, तो मुगले आजम में तुम्हें डाल दिया और तुम अनारकली will think you are the Azam.
You know, if I have to ever go into a movie, are you there? Hello. Hey, hang हो गया bro. Hello. Bro. What happened, bro? Ravindra Kenchappa. Podcaster Ravindra Kenchappa.
Edit करने वाला हूँ.
In the studio with podcaster Ravindra Kenchappa. Liverpool FC.
Edit करने वाला हूँ मैं.
Liverpool FC. That's how we roll. The world's our stage, bro. The world.
World's most successful club.
Is it?
Yeah.
Most successful.
Because now, now
amazing.
League titles we equaled with Manchester United, but we have won other Europe titles more. So till now it was Man United. Again, so your internet. Anyways, taking forward from where we left, I don't remember where we left. So we'll directly.
Me and Mughal Azam.
Let's start.
I don't forget hashtag.
Take
never forget.
After 1 minute, take 2. Yeah. So basically,
technical glitches. This is life. No retakes. Okay.
Black Mirror is cursed. Black Mirror happened to us. So what I was saying is taking you and putting you in Mughal Azam, right?
Yeah.
And you will play Azam, and everything will be the same. So that's how that whole third Hotel Reverie was. And usme, as usual, the tech has to go wrong, and what happens here and there, whatever. And so that's our. Now that brings us to what's the last segment, which is what was still now 7 seasons. There are a lot of episodes. I don't expect you to remember everything, but I want to know which was your like top 2 or 3, like whatever top of your head, and why. If you can tell me, that would be great. If you remember, which is let's go.
I would say first one, like immediately without even thinking, is the thing is I don't remember the concept of the episode, but I remember that it had a great like feel and musically it sounded great. Is San Junipero, correct? This one. So this is one of my top episodes. Even conceptually, I honestly don't remember much about it, but I remember one of my first takeaways from this episode was ki bro, kya mast episode tha, and it had like music wise, because I do still listen to a lot of music. Like the soundtrack for this episode was very trippy. It had that very 80s ka synth nostalgic vibe music, which is also like if you watched Stranger Things, it has a similar vibe. Like this episode has a very similar soundtrack to Stranger Things. So this episode for me is one I definitely will go back and watch again today, maybe. For you?
I think we agree both on the one which I will say, which is
Huh.
like I still feel it's very popular, and when I saw it also, it was my like my favorite also,
One of
which
the
is
big
also
ones.
happening with all of us currently. Trying to get as many likes as possible about everything,
Oh
and
yeah, 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 yeah.
so for me it was
Oh
Nosedive.
yes, yes.
This had everything, man, from the technologies hang,
Yeah.
from the way she is, and where it lands her eventually.
And it is also like this is very current now. Like to some extent your social rating on apps does matter, right? Because like say for
Correct.
example, if you use Uber or Swiggy or whatever, like even your vendors are allowed to rate you. Like somewhere a bad rating will catch up with you and be like, hey bro, sorry, we can't provide services to you because based on what I'm getting, your ratings are shit, which means you're probably not a good person. So your social credibility kind of takes the fucking piss, man. So be
And it
careful
has
with your,
happened with me also. Like
yeah,
Uber also, you can rate. And I didn't know,
yes,
later they get to know they rate us also. So
they
मेरा
can.
rating जब मैं देखा, it was 4.6. Then
हाँ,
मैं बोला भाई ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? I've given everyone 5, however bad they are. Why are they giving me? I've gone on point out. So then my every ride I was checking कि भाई मैं perform कर रहा हूँ क्या अच्छा? To eventually come out of it and doesn't matter anymore now. Like I personally in Instagram also or any social media, it doesn't matter how many likes I've got.
yeah,
Obviously
yeah,
I see the views and all because that's how the algorithm works, and for my professional space how it works. But then वो है ना कि इस पे like ज्यादा मिला, उस पे नहीं मिला. I
yeah.
think
If you get
somewhere we have grown
you
out
get
of it.
caught up in that shit, oh
you
man,
know
that can mess you up. I mean, I'm still working on not being attached to it, but it's tough.
then you have to give one more.
I have to give one more. I'll give you the episode where that guy is kind of season one. Season one, episode one again because it was just amazing. But skipping episode one, season one, episode three.
This one season
Yeah,
one first episode is
this one
where
really
he
kind of sets the tone for Black Mirror as a show, right? Excellent
I
episode.
know.
But I'm gonna go to
Imagine.
season one, episode three, which is where the guy is, he's paranoid that his girlfriend is cheating on him.
Where he can see, I think he records the whole day and comes and watches that
Yeah,
one
yeah,
only.
yeah. And then he keeps. It's called recap or something like that. This one,
I think
where he
the
kind of
history or
keeps.
something. The history or
Yeah,
something.
history of you.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this was killer, man. This was.
And this is like where he's like, there's sometimes you have the thing with your partner where you're like, oh, what about this? And then you pick on something and they're like, no, no, they just kind of dismiss it because they will like, nahi, ye kuch nahi hai. So in this episode where he's actually able to go back to something his partner said, ye kuch nahi hai. But he goes back and he's like, Arey nahi, ye to kuch hai. Like even he was like, nahi, nahi, I'm not crazy. Like I'm not crazy. I'm right. So
Correct.
insane episode. And that's I think the first episode where they introduced the plug on your forehead. That's the first
Yeah,
episode where they introduced that.
correct.
Dude, that's going to
Correct.
become a thing. Huh?
I know.
That is
Yeah.
100%
That's
tech
one
that
constant.
is going. Yeah, and no, in the real world, I'm saying in the world we are in, that is
Ah,
something I feel technologically, it is something that is going to kind of, it's probably already in the works and we just don't know about it. Something that can tap into like your mind. I feel like it is something that is going to pop up very soon, where you'll be like, oh, corporations are going to start selling that shit to you.
perfect. I totally agree. I think that was one of the episodes which stayed with me with season one. Nosedive was in. I think that season three. I think Nosedive was. There are like how your episode also the musical is from season
Yeah,
three. So
season three.
even I
Season three
think
was
there was.
excellent.
Sorry.
Season three was excellent.
Yeah, and I think there was one more episode where black man goes into this show and etc something, and there was
Yeah, yeah,
another
yeah,
black woman going. So I think post season 4 or 5 they kind of dropped, but I think
yeah.
they're kind of getting back into the touch. And perfect. So I want everyone who is ever watching, what's your take on season 7? Did you love eulogy,
Eulogy,
or
eulogy.
and eulogy? Did you love eulogy? And did you hate Plaything? Like,
Yeah, tell us your
did it
favorite
make any
episode.
difference?
I have a very good exit for the show. You'll see it when you're ready. Tell me when you're ready to exit. Okay, ready, ready. It's good. You like it. You like it. Well, it
So
is.
please let okay, chupra. So please let us know in the comment section which was your favorite episode, which you didn't like it, and are you, do you have you ever, or even if you can mention as any favorite episodes across 7 seasons. And as usual, I've always had blast with this man, so called Newman De Silva. It's nice to geek out with him regarding the TV shows and movies and even many more stuff. As we go forward in this space, we would like to speak about multiple things and not just these things and bore you guys out. And yeah, so thanks for joining me and Newman De Silva with Black Mirror Universe. And please stay curious. Make sure you like the like the subscription. बोल रहा हूँ मैं.
Like us, subscribe. Like us, action, subscribe.
So I feel subscribe to the channel. We are not going to charge you. We are not going to upgrade you with anything to this, but can't promise. Like the thing, before we end the show, Newman wants to get into the game. Let's see how he gets. And thank you guys for watching. Have fun. Have a great day.